haunted by the times you made me cry, feeling not quite good enough, not understanding why. I blamed you for the hell that I was in, then I burned through my resentment till I could love again. I forgive you, for you know not what you do. When you did those things that hurt so much, you didn't have a clue. Love needs no conditions, it will always see us through. I forgive you, for you know not what you do. I still have an angry thought or two. I don't do well with those that try to tell me what to do, but I still try to turn the other cheek. Watch me walk away, you'll know exactly what I mean. I forgive them, for they know not what they do. When they do those things that hurt so much, they haven't got a clue. Love needs no conditions, it will always see us through. I forgive them, for they know not what they do. The more you give away, the more you have. Everyone's a mirror of some part of you. It could be anger, it could be love. Why not choose love? Haunted by the times I made you cry, I showed you the worst in me, not understanding why. But we can heal together perfectly. For love to grow between us, there's one thing that I need. Please forgive me, for I know not what I do. When I do those things that hurt so much, I haven't got a clue. Love needs no conditions, it will always see us through. Please forgive me, for I know not what I do. Please forgive me, I forgive you.
Where was the summer? Fall and winter came too fast. Somehow I made it, I'm wide awake, it's spring at last. If I could only bring them back, they'd still be moments from the past. break, nothing to last. Every death brings a new life. Every road, every mile. Take off your shoes, don't mind the rules. You're free to be starry-eyed and innocent if you choose. You're finally home. I buried my father, so went my mother all too soon. I suffered in silence, suffered alone until June. It wasn't clear, it wasn't right. I'd hear him tell her in the night, but somewhere in the dark they huddled near a light, with nothing to fight, nothing to stress, nothing to climb, nothing to pass. Every death brings a new life. Every road, every mile. Take off your shoes, don't mind the rules. You're free to be starry-eyed and innocent if you choose. You're finally home. Some seasons let us be reborn. These deep dark places where we're torn. And when they tell you that your road still has its thorns, you've nothing to hide, nothing to test. Love brought you here, now you can rest. Every death brings a new life. Every road, every mile. Take off your shoes, don't mind the rules. You're free to be starry-eyed and innocent if you choose.
am just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. Oh, my soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here.
Hello and welcome to the People of Diversity Sunday service. We are a multi-faith community and we believe there are many paths to one divinity. We have 10 different faith speakers, 10 different perspectives, viewpoints, and we have 10 different musical artists. And at the beginning of each 10-week series, we give them a one-word topic. Everybody takes their turn and sends in a message about that topic, and the musicians take their turns and send in a couple of videos. And we take it, Scott and I say hello and goodbye, we take it all and send it into Philip and his team, and they put it together to create what you are watching now. If you would like to join us in this endeavor, go to www.peopleofdiversity.org and push that donate button in the middle of the page and join the family.
Yay. So last week we wrapped up our series on illusion.
It was a doozy.
Oh yeah, and Rabbi Pat and Bob Simon and Shannon Plummer wrapped it up for us. This week we have Sensei Dave Vidito, and his musical accompaniment will be Keith Leon. And then next week we have Oracle, our Wiccan representative, and I believe Victor Morgado will be his musical accompaniment.
And we are starting a new topic today, topic of ceremony. So that should be good. Yeah.
Past services are available on the People of Diversity. That's also where you would join the page or the group and get Sunday morning notifications. All of the Facebook premieres and the YouTube premiere allow us to have that notification, that little ding that you get to remind you to come and show up. And speaking of YouTube, we now have a fully functional YouTube channel. We premiere the service for the morning service only. And then it's archived in playlist by topic and by faith. All of those videos are also available on the Facebook page and group under video and live. Second broadcast, 5:45 on Sunday evenings. It's the same broadcast, although it is a premiere again. That's just so you get the little ding. Now, Deep Dive. It's on Zoom. It's not on Facebook or YouTube. It's only after the morning service from 11:15 to 12:15, and it gives us a chance to...
11:45 to 12:15.
What did I say?
You said 11:15.
See, that would have been a whole hour. Way too much time for us to get. We go right down that rabbit hole. We keep it to half an hour so it doesn't soak up your whole afternoon, and it just gives us a chance to check in and visit, and in most cases ask questions of the presenter as well. So please join us for that. That's all I know.
Each week we bless a country. So if you know anything about the country we will be blessing next week, send it to the email address below. Pictures, stories, especially if you've been there, and we'll use it in our country blessing. Next week is Nicaragua. This week we are blessing New Zealand.
It's on my bucket list.
Yeah, this was a really interesting one. I like it. New Zealand is 2 islands located in the southwestern Pacific Ocean, 1,300 miles east of Australia. They are out in the middle of nowhere. New Zealand is about the same size as Colorado, and has 5.2 million people, which equals out to a very low population density. 48% of the people in New Zealand claim no religion, 37% are Christian, and the other 15% are made up of Buddhists, Muslims, Jews, Hindus, Maoris, and other religions. So small amounts of all those other religions. The first people to inhabit New Zealand arrived from Polynesia in canoes in the mid-1300s. So it's not been that many years that there have actually been human beings on New Zealand, mid-1300s. And they were isolated for over 3 centuries. Nobody else showed up, and they formed a distinct culture known as Maori. The Maoris are best known for their storytelling and for the men and women's rugby team's performances of haka dances before every match, and they use that to intimidate their opponents. If you can get on and get a video, it's very easy to find videos of haka dances and the rugby teams doing haka dances. I can see why it would be very intimidating. 1/3 of New Zealand is protected in national parks. Kiwi birds are probably the most well-known animal from New Zealand. And this is interesting. The only native mammals they have there are bats. They became the first country in the world to give women the right to vote, and that happened in 1893. In 2006, the Queen, the Governor General, the Prime Minister, the Speaker of the House of Representatives, and the Chief Justice were all women, making New Zealand the only country in the world so far where all the highest government positions were simultaneously held by women. That's pretty cool. And this one's just funny. Kind of. There is a law that was written in 1945 and is still on the books. There's a law that states every high school in New Zealand may hold 1 pound of uranium and 1 pound of thorium for conducting nuclear experiments. However, a school will be fined $1 million should there be a nuclear explosion. Exactly. And apparently, some of the stuff I read, a couple of things I read said that people had gone to high schools in New Zealand, and that some of them actually do things with nuclear materials, and teach their students how to use Geiger counters. So I don't know if that's true or not, but I just thought it was very funny. So, all right, let's hold the people of New Zealand in our hearts. Knowing they want the same things in their lives that we want in ours. We wish them peace, we wish them abundance, we wish them continued prosperity and love. And we say these words together. May peace prevail in New Zealand. May peace prevail on earth. May peace prevail in me. Thank you.
All right, we will have 2 songs from the amazing Keith Leon.
Woohoo!
On ceremony, which is the topic we're starting for this series, and we will hear an amazing talk from Sensei Dave Vidito. And I don't want to waste another second. We'll see you on the other side.
Hello, beautiful pod family. This is a song that I wrote with a dear friend of mine, Eric Peterson. It is called Pray It Away. Close your eyes, feel your breath and recognize there ain't no problem God can't solve, no situation that love can't resolve. You got to pray it away, pray it away. everything you need will just come to you. Troubles and confusion will fade away when you take the time to meditate or pray it away. Pray it away. Oh, pray it away. Every day, sing it with me now. Sing it with me now. Pray it away. Pray it away. Pray it away. Every day. Sit right down. Close your eyes. Feel your breath and recognize there ain't no problem God can't solve. No situation that love can't resolve. Let's sing it again. Here we go. Pray it away. Pray it away. Pray it away. Every day, that's right. Just go within. Go within and you can pray it away. Pray it away. Pray it away. Every day. Years ago, I was driving to my music partner's house to record the Angel CD, companion CD to my Walking with My Angels book. And I asked my spirit guides and my angels, what is it that you want the world to know? What do you want people to know? And this just flowed through me, stream of consciousness straight through. Here we go. There's a part of me that knows the answer to every question before I ask it. And there's a part of you that knows the answer, that's right, to every question before you ask it. 'Cause we are one. We are one. We are one. And we know what to do. There's a part of me that knows what to say before I open my mouth to speak. And there's a part of you that knows what to say before you open your mouth to speak. 'Cause we are one. We are one. We are one, and we know what to say. We are one when we're listening. We are one receiving. We are one as we walk through our day. Believing we are one. We are one. We are one. We are one. And we know what to do.
Morning. It's Dave Vitito with Open Mind Zen. Happy to be here with you today. Today's topic is, it's a new one, ceremony. And if Zen has anything, it has lots of different ceremonies. And so in some ways, they're meant to be experienced more than talked about. So if you're ever curious, come on down now. We'll show you a lot, but we'll try to talk about it. It's kind of interesting. So start with, I'll go over a little bit of the history because it's important in understanding how ceremony has evolved over the almost 3,000 years of Buddhism. And it has changed quite a bit. It changes with each culture. The Dharma is the Dharma, but the way we present it, the way we practice with it, the way we work with it, the way it gets incorporated into the culture of each society changes. In fact, I think we're still in the early stage of, well, what is Zen in Western society? What does that mean? What does that look like? I think that's still to be determined in a lot of ways. So the history. So where does Zen come from? Zen is historically comes from China, and there we have the I won't say clash, but we'll have two traditions that meet head on, and out of this kind of mixture of traditions comes Zen. And those two are Chinese Taoism and Indian Buddhism. So Taoism, Indian Buddhism come together, and over many years, this morphs into what we call Chan at the time, Chinese Zen, and that later turned into what we call modern day Zen. And so ceremony, it's interesting to think about it from that perspective, these two traditions coming together. The Taoists, I don't think they much held for ceremony. The Taoist, right, the connection with the Tao, the way, it's kind of a natural sense of what is the Tao. It's one of those concepts that's very difficult to put words to. Right, but the Taoists are very much connected to the natural flow of nature, the natural flow of existence, moment to moment. There's interesting stories, like there's stories of these teachers sitting in a bamboo grove, a dozen teachers sitting naked in the grove, drinking wine, talking philosophy all into the night. So those are the Taoists. So I don't know that ceremony was super important to the Taoists. It's just connection flowing moment to moment. Whereas the Indian Buddhism, right, Indians very much had ritual tradition, very much into logic, philosophy. If you read some of those ancient writings, they'll talk a lot about categorizing things, counting things, philosophy. So with this comes a very rich and deep tradition that comes head on with Taoism. And I'll admit that I don't know a lot about what that turned into, because the practice that we practice came about later. So after China, Zen spread to a couple of different places, Korea, Japan, just to name a couple. And our tradition comes through Japan. Now, the Japanese, they very much like ceremony. A saying that I think comes from Japan that summarizes it very well is, the nail that stands up will be hammered down. So it's very much a communal society, right? It's less about the individual, which is much more of a Western perspective, and much more about that community. And as such, there are a lot of traditions and a lot of ceremony. and from Japan comes to us in the States. And so our tradition is still heavily influenced by the Japanese tradition. Some of the other schools are still influenced to this day by the Koreans and the way they did things. And so what I'm going to talk about today are some of the ceremonies in our tradition, but they have their fingers through the history of what the Japanese did for centuries as they practiced Zen. As it came there, it evolved and became a Japanese flavored Zen, Soto Zen, or Rinzai Zen. And now we still have that taste in our mouth, so to speak. Our tradition still has the inklings. You can see where we come from the Japanese side, but it's changing. And in fact, at Open Mind Zen, there's almost been a rebellion against ceremony. If you go to some schools, they'll be very strict in their adherence to ritual, ceremony, wearing their formal robes all the time. Lots of bowing, sometimes formal bowing, all the way, prostrations all the way to the ground. Specific rules, even how you enter the zendo, where the practicing, where the meditation takes place. You step with the left foot, then you bow to the altar, and you walk with reverence to your cushion. And then there's a certain procedure or ceremony, even for bowing to the cushion, turning. Make sure you don't turn with your back to the altar, turn the other way, and then bow to the Sangha. And so there's this deep tradition. For us, we are much more experimental, I would say. And some of these ceremonies are alive in what we do today, but we're also open to new ideas, new experiences. So yeah, we're much more of a, I would say, open to that experimentation in Open Mind Zen. So, but let's talk about some of those. So yes, entering the Zendo. If you want an interesting experience, you go to one of the more formal monasteries, and just entering the Zendo to sit down for a meditation is quite the experience. Right? The way you do it is when you come in and you're in the entrance to the hall, and usually the hall is dark, especially if it's early morning or evening. You know, a few candles here and there. And you walk in, hands in gasho, and you'll bow to the altar. And then you step in with the left foot. And I asked the priest why the left foot one time. And he kind of gave an answer I wasn't completely happy with. He said, well, back in the day, China, there were two entrances. And if you came in the right, you stepped in with the right foot. And if you came in the left entrance, you stepped in with the left foot. But now we only have one entrance, and so we use our left foot. But in a lot of ways, it doesn't matter. What this is a mindful connection, right? You become mindfully aware of what you're doing, treating every step, every motion, every action of the ceremony with a deep reverence. It's teaching you to treat everything we do in life with deep reverence. Think back to everyday life. Right? Just even this morning, how many things did you do just out of habit? Just going through the motion. Now imagine if you were to replay that or redo that. You do have an opportunity tomorrow morning, by the way, to redo that, but treat every moment as special. Every moment as deserving of your full attention. Reverence, appreciation. It's what the ceremonies are teaching you. So you walk in, you bow to the altar, stepping first with your left foot, and then your hands will either be here, depends on the school, either here, or you'll put them down across your stomach like this. And you will silently walk over to your cushion. When you get to your cushion, you, out of appreciation for what this place is, where we sit, where we meditate. You bow to the cushion. And then you turn. Again, being careful not to put your back to the altar. You turn. And then you bow to the Sangha, to the group. And my favorite part, and I found this very moving, is when you bow inward toward the group, all of the people that are sitting opposite of you, they bow too. Silently, and often in the dark. It's like we greet each other. I see you. I see you. We're here together. We'll practice together. So then after I bow, everybody bows back. And I sit. And we have our meditation session. And depending on the school and the time, sometimes you sit facing outward toward the group. And sometimes some schools will actually turn and face the wall. And the idea is to remove everything that you can see, just to remove this, so that instead of being distracted, you can settle in. Another variation of this is a ceremony called Jundo. It's another one I like. The very first meditation, the very first sitting of the morning, everyone comes in. The head teacher is usually not there first thing. After everyone sits, right, then they start the drums. There's always drums. They're starting the drums. There's a certain cadence that they play. And then after that, the head teacher comes in. And they bow, entering just like we do. And the teacher just holds this position and very slowly walks in front of every person that's sitting in their zendo. And as they go by, each person just kind of bows in your face. And it's this silent way through the ceremony. A lot of our ceremonies are silent. Sitting there, teacher acknowledging you, appreciating you, and then you bowing back, appreciative of what the teacher has, the space that they are offering to us, this time for us to sit, this time for us to be together. So it's this beautiful silent thing. Even our walking meditation, kinhin. Typically, we'll sit in meditation for 30 minutes at a time, and in between, we'll get up and walk. And there's this particular procedure that you go through where you're standing, you do the bowing, of course, you bow to the group, and you're bowing to the cushion, and then you wait. And then someone, actually I have them here, grabs their clackers and communicate with these clackers. Now, Zoom might have ruined that sound, if you guys can actually hear that. But the clack. And then we bow again and turn, right? And they clack. And we walk slowly. And there, it's about, can I sit in meditation, contemplation? Can I sit while in motion? And here, when you're walking, make sure your hands are usually down lower. One step, one breath. One step, one breath. And it's interesting because as that foot comes up and steps forward, there's like an unbalanced feeling. And then you step and you're rooted, and you're solid. Up, balanced, breathing in, and as you breathe out, you step. You're solid. What I like about that is life. We're constantly going from feeling unease or unsatisfied, it's dukkha, right? Dissatisfaction, struggling, and then we have moments of clarity where we're settled and we're rooted. And in a lot of ways, that ceremony of walking meditation, step by step by step, it's a reflection of life. And then a little later, someone clacks it. And we bow. And then we do faster walking. And this is actually a blending from two different traditions. The Soto Zen, they like their slow walking, and the Rinzai Zen, they like their faster walking. They practically jump up off the cushion and start, not quite running, but it's a fast walk for them. So we kind of do a mixture of the two. And when you do a faster walking, it's interesting to see what happens to the mind. It's easier when it's slower. Step, breath, step. The mind is settled, body is settled, you're rooted to the ground. When you start walking faster, what usually happens is the mind starts spinning. Right? The faster you go, the faster the mind is spinning. And so there the practice is, can I mindfully walk even though I'm not walking slow, even though I am walking fast? And that is training for life. It's not about sitting on the cushion. It's not just about sitting on the cushion. You start by sitting on the cushion, settling in, learning how to turn inward, introspection, mindfulness, aware of the body, both the thoughts and the bodily sensations, which are a reflection of the thoughts that you can't quite touch. And then together, right, the spiritual nature of us, right, we're connecting to ourselves. Now we have to get up and be in the world. Right? I'm off with the family. I'm off traveling. I'm off to work. I'm walking to the grocery store, or I'm in the grocery store shopping. All the little things we do day to day, you're moving. You're going. Can you be settled? Can you be aware? Can you be awake? Connected? You don't have to let go of your practice because you're busy. That is the time to practice. That is the best time to practice. And that's what it's about, right? Our life is our practice, right? It's not an extension of our practice. It's not something we do once we're done practicing. Life is practice. Is. We start on the cushion. We start on the cushion so that we may practice as part of our life. And that includes all of the people that we work with, all the people we care about, all the people that we interact with, the world, the environment, all of that. That is our practice. And so the ceremonies are pointing at this, reminding us, training us. And so there's a beauty there. Last, there are more ceremonies that I could talk about in short time. So, but another one that I really very much enjoy is when we go to our longer retreats. At the end of each retreat, we will, in unison, do a chant. And this chant, the four vows of the Bodhisattva. Now, the Bodhisattva, again, is that enlightened being that is incited, that awakened being, I should say, that refuses to head off to nirvana, wants to stay here in the world so that they may awaken all sentient beings. Right? So a bodhisattva is a being of service, right? Service to the world, trying to help each person, each being, I should say, realize their true nature, who they are, to connect. So the four vows of the Bodhisattva. So I'll just go ahead and do this once. And in a lot of ways, this is the essence of Zen practice. And so this is at the end of the retreat, usually around 9 or 10 o'clock at night. And all of us together will chant this. Sentient beings are numberless. I vow to free them. Delusions are inexhaustible. I vow to transform them. Practice paths are boundless. I vow to study them. The enlightened way is incomparable. I vow to embody. Sentient beings are numberless, but I vow to free them. That is an impossible task, and yet that's what you've done. No, I'm not going to be able to clean house if you think. They're envious, countless beings. But I can walk that path, right? One at a time, two at a time, whatever my talents take me, right? I can one at a time work toward that goal. Right? This is what I do. Delusions are inexhaustible. I vow to transform them. We are swimming in a sea of delusions. And the moment that you think you are delusion free, guess what I just found? I found a delusion. The practice is to see them, right? To acknowledge, to find them, to bring them to light, not necessarily to set them aside, but to examine them. Because sometimes they can be useful, sometimes they serve a purpose, often they're not. And so bringing it to light, I can work it, I can transform them, Practice paths of boundless, right? See, the pod is a good example of that. Each of us has our own practice. This is a blending of different traditions that come and speak here at the pod. Practice paths are boundless. The enlightened way is incomparable. I vow to embody. Embody, right? It's not in the head, not in the thoughts. It's not philosophy, right? To awaken, right, is to really to connect, to embody, to really be present with yourself, to be aware, connected. And once you're connected within yourself, and then you can really be connected to others. This is the practice of the Bodhisattva, reaching out, connecting, being with others. And then usually after this chant's done, again, this is the end of the night, usually the head monk will chant one more thing. I remember the first time I saw this, I was in a monastery in New Mexico. We were in this little adobe building. It was dark, just a couple candles. And this one monk called out this last cry that really grabbed me. And nowadays, when we're at retreat, I'm usually the person that's calling this out. But I'll give it to you. So, let me respectfully remind you, life and death are of extreme importance. Time passes quickly and opportunity is lost. Let us awaken, take heed. Do not squander your lives. And then we bow. And all silently leave. It's the last thing you hear before we head off to bed for the evening. Do not squander your lives. I remember the first time I heard that, it just kind of grabbed me. Maybe really reflect on, what am I doing? Am I really putting myself into this practice? What does it mean to be a bodhisattva and to save all sentient beings? Not squander your life. And if you go to these monasteries, they'll have these wooden plaques. And they hold this up and they get these wood mallets and they hit it. Clack, clack. And they use that right before the meditation period. And it rings out across the monastery, telling all the monks and nuns and practitioners, all right, come to the zendo. It's time to sit. Clack, clack. And if you look on this wooden plaque, it's called a han. They're usually Chinese characters, and the Chinese characters are that last chant. It's almost like every time they hit it, do not squander your life. Do not squander your life. Clack. Do not squander your life. Clack. Reminding the monks, come, sit, practice. So lots of ceremony. I've given you lots of hints. Pantomiming with my hands. Maybe next time I'll bring someday I'll bring some things to show off. Another one I didn't get to, oryoki, very stylized way of eating that comes from Japan, where there's 3 bowls, or if you're a monk, 5 bowls with utensils, and everything they do is done silently and with deep ceremony. And oryoki is actually connected to the Japanese tea ceremony. They have kind of a common root. And so it's interesting learning that ceremony, trying to precisely do every movement in that ceremony. And there are lots of others. So with that, I'll leave you. I will give you one meditation exercise. I really can't do a meditation exercise on ceremony per se, but there's something that I've been working with new folks that I found very interesting. It's a very practical exercise, meditation exercise that I'll give you. It's called square breathing. And from a ceremony perspective, I recommend find a spot in your house, right, that you can settle in, that you can practice in. And then for just 10 minutes a day, 15 minutes a day, meditate, prayer, whatever your practice path is, right? Create a ceremony for yourself, right? A pattern. These ceremonies help us to settle in, they help us to connect. It's something you can try during that ceremony is square breathing. It's a way of calming the body down, settling the mind, settling in. And there's actually been research by various psychologists on the effectiveness of this technique. So square breathing, the idea, I'm going to use my hands to demonstrate, but you don't really use your hands when you're doing the technique. So the idea is I'm going to breathe in slowly for 4 seconds. I'm going to hold it with the air in my lungs for 4 seconds. I'm going to breathe out all of the air, as much as you can, for 4 seconds. This is the hard part. Hold it with air out of your lungs for 4 seconds. And it's going to feel uncomfortable, but that's okay. It's okay to learn that I can be uncomfortable now because I know I'm breath is coming. Right? So then you repeat in, hold, out, hold. And so let's try this a little bit ourselves. I'll guide you for the first couple cycles. Try to breathe in as much as you can. Try to exhale as much as you can. Right? So just close your eyes and just breathe on your own to start and just kind of settle in. Just notice the breath coming in and out. Good. Now, if you're ready, I want you to breathe in slowly. Breathe in. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold it. 2, 3, 4. Exhale slowly. 1, 2, 3. Bring it all out. 4. Hold it out. 1, 2, 3, 4. Repeat. In. Hold. Out. Hold. Repeat. Just repeat through that cycle on your own. In, hold, out, hold. Good. Returning to normal breathing. Smile to yourself. Appreciate time that you've taken today to kind of meet with the pod and take this time for yourself. And just know that now is the time. Now is the time where you can connect, time where you can act, time when you really get a sense for yourself and those around you. Whatever your practice is, may you take it to the fullest. With that, good day.
Thank you, Keith. You're always amazing and great, and
Fantastic.
yes, and I think that you're probably down here in the south somewhere by now, because it's got to be getting chilly up north, and so let us know and come see us.
Yes, let's visit.
Yes. Sensei Dave, you're always awesome, and I so appreciate everything that you do for us. Your mannerisms and your thoughts and your perspective on things it's always great, and we really appreciate you. Philip and team, thank you all very, very much for everything that you do. If you are out there in the world and you need this kind of work done, we got the team that can do it. So just contact Philip and he will set you up. So following the service from 11:45 until 12:15, 30 minutes, we'll do only 30. We will do our live Zoom deep dive, and it's just a time to check in and talk about the message and share thoughts. And, I don't think that Sensei Dave I know he's not going to be there this time. He usually comes, but he is actually going to a retreat this weekend, a Buddhist retreat. So he texted me and said that he was not going to be able to do the deep dive, but we'll still do it. So come on in and hang out with us. It'll be fun. And then 5:45 on Sunday evening, we rebroadcast the service on Facebook Live, and we can chat in the chat room and shoot hearts and do that sort of thing. So join us for that, or send somebody back if you heard something in the service that touched you, or you know somebody that would appreciate what you heard, then send them to that 5:45 service. Next week, our dear friend Wiccan Oracle, who we just had dinner with tonight.
Yay!
Yeah. Which was really fun. He will be doing our message on ceremony. I can't wait to hear what the Wiccan perspective on ceremony is going to be. I'm sure that's going to be really cool. And his musical guest will be Victor Morgado.
Yay, the Canadian connection.
Okay, you're up.
All right. www.peopleofdiversity.org. There's a donate button in the middle of that page. If you'll mash on that and just move as you're guided. All of the assistance that comes through to us gets dispersed back out. We pay all of our people, our speakers, our musicians, our Phillips. We tithe locally in town to United in Thanksgiving, and then we tithe back out into Interfaith
United.
Is it Interfaith United, the national one?
Yes.
Okay, so what do I know?
Interfaith United.
Interfaith United. So, let's take a moment now and just come together on that. Thank you, Spirit, for the opportunity to give. We are open to receive. Thank you for everything that comes to the pod and through the pod, and the blessings that we get to be a part of. Amen.
Amen. Before we do the last closing, I want to mention one thing. You reminded me when you said that about United in Thanksgiving. United in Thanksgiving is coming up, and if you are local, or if you want to just fly in, it'll be worth it. It's going to be November 20th, Monday, November 20th, at 7 p.m. at the United Methodist Church in Suntree, and there will be several representatives of the pod, from the pod there. We're on the committee helping to put it together. and it's always an amazing service. It's many different faith perspectives, and people get up and talk for a couple of minutes each on different subjects, kind of like what we do here, except only for a couple of minutes. And there's really cool music, and then afterwards everybody gathers in the fellowship hall and shares food from different countries and different faiths, and it's really just a beautiful, beautiful time. So 7 o'clock, November 20th, which is a Monday night, the Monday before Thanksgiving, at the United Methodist Church in Suntree, Florida. So, thank you. All right.
All right. I think we're all the way to the healing circle.
We are.
If you'll bring to your mind's eye anyone in your world who needs love, support, healing, just some connection, put them in a circle and put us and you in that circle as well. And let's push some love and light out into that circle with the intention of giving everyone everything that they need to be whole and prosperous. And let's really, really focus in on all of the chaos and insanity that's happening in our world, and just bring all of that into harmony with all of us, and send healing, love, and light, and have an amazing day, an amazing week. We'll see you soon.
One power, one power, one power, one power, one power, one power. There's one power invisible, and you see it everywhere and every day. One power indescribable, and you speak of it with every word you say. Mysterious until you know the truth, as simple as the love inside of you. Call it God, call it Spirit, call it Jesus, call it Lord, call it Buddha, Baha'u'llah, angels' wings or heaven's door. But whatever name you give it, it's all one power, can't you see? It's the power of the love in you.